Welcome to class 8. Today we are going to see Geography Unit 2 Weather and Climate. Learning objectives. In this lesson we are going to learn to understand the importance of weather and climate, to learn about the nature of the elements of weather and climate, to know the instruments used for measuring weather elements, to be able to recognize the kind of weather and the climate of a place. Okay. If you are having book, take page number 95, children. Introduction. Climate is one of the basic elements in the natural environment. It affects landforms, soil types, fauna and flora. You know, fauna means animal life. Flora means plants. Okay. Climate influences man to a large extent. It affects landforms, soil type, fauna and flora. I will understand, children. In a small village in Dharmaburi district, Tamil Nadu, in the month of May, Yukta enjoys her vacation with her brother and family. She always wears cotton clothes. Her mother makes food like porridge, buttermilk, lemonade, watermelon, etc., which suits to summer. At the same time, his friend Dia, who lives in Auckland. Auckland is in New Zealand. In the May month, he lives there with her father and mother. She wears fleece jacket, jeans, gloves and socks. Her mother makes hot food like sandwich, salmon, oatmeal, soups, etc. Yukta celebrates Christmas with friends in winter, and whereas Diya celebrates Christmas during summer. Can you think of why? Because Yukta and Diya stay in two different hemispheres. They are staying in two different hemispheres and have different way of life. This is because of the difference in weather condition of those places. This is because of the weather condition, different in weather condition of those places. That's why Yukta celebrates Christmas with friends in winter and Diya celebrates his Christmas during summer. Okay, they are lived in two different hemispheres. Weather and climate influences man's activities like what we eat, where, the house in which we live and work, and also farming, sailing, fishing, modern transport, and even our playtime, etc. Hence, one should have knowledge about the weather and climate. So, in this chapter, we are going to learn about weather and climate, its elements, and how they influences our lifestyle. Okay. Weather. Now we can see what is weather. Weather is the day-to-day conditions of the atmosphere at any place. Day-to-day condition of the atmosphere at any place as regards sunshine, temperature, cloud, wind and fog condition, air pressure, humidity, precipitation and such other element. It refers to a short period like a day, a week, a month or a little longer, and as such the weather changes from time to time in a day and one period to other in an year. You will understand, ma? Weather is the day-to-day conditions of the atmosphere during short period. Okay. You will understand, children? Now we can see what is climate. Climate is generally defined as the average condition of the weather of a place or a region. The average atmospheric conditions are determined by measuring the weather elements for a long period of time, which is usually for 35 years. We all understand, children? Climate is generally defined as the average conditions of the weather of a place or region during long period of time. Okay, the elements of weather and climate are the same, but the climate does not change often like weather. Weather means suddenly it will change, in a day it will change, but climate does not change often like weather. Okay, now we can see how the word climate come from. The word climate is derived from the two ancient Greek words klimo, which means inclination. Klimo, which means inclination. Okay. Controlling factors of weather and climate. Angle of the sun rays, length of the daytime, altitude, distribution of land and water bodies, location and direction of mountain ranges, air pressure, winds and ocean currents are the main factors which affect the weather and climate of a region. Okay, angle of the sun rays, the length, altitude, distribution of land, water bodies, air pressure, winds, that and all these factors which affect the weather and climate of a region. The earth is in spherical shape, so the sun rays fall unevenly on the earth's surface. Because of the earth is spherical shape, so the sun rays fall unevenly on the earth's surface. The polar regions receive slanting sun rays, hence there is little and no sunlight. Thus there is an extreme cold winter. Vertical sun rays fall directly on the regions around the equator, hence the climate is very hot and almost no winter. The difference in temperature makes the air and water move in currents. Warm air rises and creates more space for air beneath, while the cool air settles down. So the difference in temperature makes the air and water move in currents. Okay, warm air rises and creates more space for air beneath, while cool air settles down. Elements of weather and climate. Temperature, rainfall, pressure, humidity and wind are the major elements of weather and climate. Okay, children, now you will understand what are the major elements of weather and climate. Temperature, rainfall, pressure, humidity and wind. Okay, these are the five major elements of weather and climate. Now we can see first temperature. Temperature is one of the key elements of weather and climate. The earth and its atmosphere get heated from the sun through the insolation. Okay, insolation, insolation? Insolation means incoming solar radiation. Okay, because of the solar rays, the earth becomes heat. Yeah, so incoming solar radiation is called insolation. We all understand? Temperature is one of the key elements of weather and climate. The earth and its atmosphere get heated from the sun through insolation. The degree of heat present in the air is termed as temperature. Apart from sun rays, the heat in air also depends the atmospheric mass to a small extent. That we feel, isn't it? During summer, the air also becomes very hot. Yeah, we didn't receive any cool air. Always the air is also very hot air. So temperature varies with time due to changes in the level of radiation which reach the earth's surface. Yeah, because of the sun radiation, the wind is also in very hot. This is due to motions of the earth. Motions of the earth means the rotation and revolution, okay, and inclination of earth axis. Okay, the temperature influences the level of humidity, the process of evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. Temperature varies both horizontally and vertically. Temperature decreases with increasing height is known as lapse rate, which is 6.5 degrees Celsius per 1000 meters in troposphere. While going on altitude means height. While we are going on height, the temperature will reduce. Hill stations and all very cool, isn't it? Because of their height. Now we can see factors affecting the distribution of temperature. Latitude, altitude, nature of land, ocean currents, prevailing winds, slope, shelter, and distance from the sea, natural vegetation, and soil are the major factors which affect the distribution of the temperature. These are the things which affect the distribution of the temperature. While we are near the sea, after 3 o'clock we will receive the cool winds. So temperature will reduce. Yeah, we are living in Delhi, like landlocked area, no ocean. Yeah, means it will be very hot, isn't it? So measuring temperature. How can we measure the temperature? The temperature of a unit volume of air at a given time is measured in scales like Celsius, Fahrenheit, and Kelvin. These are the three measures: Celsius, Fahrenheit, and Kelvin. Meteorologist measures the temperature by the thermometer, Stephenson scale, and minimum and maximum thermometer. The energy received by the earth through insolation is lost by outgoing radiation. Atmosphere is mainly heated by outgoing radiation from 2 to 4 pm. So, the maximum temperature is recorded between 2 and 4 pm regularly, and minimum temperature is recorded around 4 am before sunrise. Minimum temperature recorded around 4 am before sunrise, and because of the outgoing radiation, the atmosphere is mainly heated. So maximum temperature is recorded between 2 and 4 pm. That time only outgoing radiation is going on. You all understand, children? Maximum temperature is recorded between 2 and 4 pm regularly, and minimum temperature is recorded around 4 am before sunrise. Mean temperature. The average maximum and minimum temperature within 24 hours is called mean daily temperature. Diurnal range of temperature is the difference between maximum and minimum temperature of a day. Diurnal means maximum and the difference between maximum and minimum temperature of a day. Annual range of temperature is the difference between highest and lowest mean monthly temperature of a year. The distribution of temperature is shown by the means of isotherms. Isotherms means these are imaginary lines which connect the same temperature of different places. Okay, this is the imaginary isotherm. Therm means temperature. That itself, the word itself you will understand. Isotherm. Therm means temperature. So from Madras to Delhi we can calculate, means what are the area is having same temperature, they will draw a line, they link all the areas, drawing one line, that is the imaginary lines which connect the same temperature of different places, that is called isotherm. You all understand, children? Then